Hey everybody, my name is Oscar. I'm new to this world, so I've been getting a lot of information from a lot of you guys as far as how to begin with this whole shaving process. About a month ago, I actually got tired of paying $18 for 4 cartridges to shave with, and they would last me a while, but still it was a lot of money out of my pocket and whatnot. So I actually joined something called the Dollar Shave Club. I'm sure you guys have all heard of it at one point or another. As far as cartridges go, I've gotten the first shipment. I've used it. I like the products, but I was telling a buddy at work about it, and he says he was getting into this whole safety razors, double-edged shaving thing, and I decided to look into it a little bit. And the more I looked, the more research I did, the more I wanted to learn about it. So looking at videos, I've picked up a lot from a lot of you guys putting the videos up, like shout out to the evangelist Chris Bailey. I learned a lot from Nick Shaves, Rico's Corner, and Busta. You're an acquired taste, man, but I can see why people love you. And just picking up, if I left anybody out, I apologize. I've looked at a lot of videos, but those are the ones that are popping out in my mind. But again, Nick Shaves beginning series, I believe it was 16 videos. Picked up a lot of stuff from him, and kind of followed that advice. I've kind of picked up a lot of different products here, and I have them laid out here in front of me. But I took Chris Bailey's advice as far as some of the vendors, the ones that provide the best service. So I have some soap from Barrister and Mann. I have some Razor Rock products. I have the pre-shave soap, and I have the alum stick. And after I did a lot of research for a good razor, a good beginning razor, I didn't want something that was going to fall apart in my hands or tear up my neck the first time I used it. So I settled on a Jagger D89 with a barley handle, if you can see. Part of the reason I wanted to do this was I thought this would be something that would be cool to pass down to my little boy. I just had a little boy almost a year and a half ago, and he's right here. That's Michael right there. That's my reason for living right there. He's a good kid, always happy. And I lost my dad a few years ago, and we never had anything that he passed down to me, so to speak, before he passed away. And I thought this might be something that I could pass down to Michael one of these days. So I decided that it would kind of become a hobby for me. I would try. I mean, unless I start cutting my neck and bleeding to death almost. But Chris Bailey put out the term hobbyist, and I like to get into things like, I love cigars, I love a good scotch, I love good wine, and I figured this almost falls into the same realm of of the type of hobby that I would like to get into. So I thought I might bring you guys along on my very first wet shave. And I welcome your comments, I welcome your critique, and your ridicule if it goes that bad. So, but so here we go. If there's anything again you guys feel like putting in the comments, then I welcome your comments and your opinions. You guys have been doing this a lot longer than I have, so here goes. So I have a sample of Barrister and Mann Bay Rum soap. I don't know if that's going to come out backwards on the video, but it might. I've never done this before, by the way, so bear with me. Your patience is greatly appreciated. I pressed it into a container here. These are empty containers from Maggard, another one that the evangelist suggested. Maggard, $1.50 for any empty container. So I grabbed a few of these because I got a sampler of Barrister and Mann soaps. So I have 8 of them, and I needed something to put them in. So here's that. And I got, based on a review that I saw from Nick, I got the Omega Boar Hair Professional. This thing's a beast. It's almost as big as my head. I got a feeling I could probably paint the house with this thing. It's huge. So I'm going to go with this. I had a Vanderhagen that I got at Target. This is a Badger brush. but it started to leave bristles as I was lathering on my face. It would actually leave bristles on my face. So I decided that it wasn't too much fun having to pick those out. So I'm going to go ahead and try this one, and I'll be doing a bowl lather with this Bear Man Bay Rum soap. So here goes. I don't have a cool counting technique like Busta does, but we'll see how this goes. I know it's supposed to be about 30 seconds, but let's see how this is going. It's getting pretty good. Looks like it's picking up pretty well. Again, this is my first time, so I could be getting a really crappy lather and I probably wouldn't know the difference. It looks like it's lathering up really well. So again, bear with me on this being my first video. Feel free to fast forward or ignore me if you want to. Wow, this is a really cool lather. That looks pretty cool, right? I think. Oh, I forgot. I wanted to, just got out of the shower a few minutes ago. I'm going to wet my face a little bit. Excuse me. And maybe use this. I'm not a big fan of pre-shave oil. I have actually used some before I got my Jagger razor. I was still using the cartridges, but I decided to go ahead and buy some product. And as far as creams and soaps, and I went to the Art of Shaving, and that's all I have locally. Everything else I have to order on the internet. But I went to the Art of Shaving and I got their starter kit, and their pre-shave oil it's cool, but it almost felt like it left too much of a coating of lubricant. So I just thought I'd use a RazoRock pre-shave soap, and according to what I saw from some of you guys, I just gotta kind of go up against the grain, and it feels pretty good. And I guess this is supposed to help me stand the hairs up. Smells good. For some reason I'm still kind of trepidatious, if you will, about using the blade. I got about 4 days worth of growth, and hopefully that's not too much, so that it starts pulling too much. Excuse me. Alright, so I'm going to start my face lather. I said I was going to bowl lather, didn't I? Anyway. So again, this is the Bay Rum from Barrister and Mann. They say it's a thirsty soap, so I may have to dip the brush here in my sink in a minute. Smells pretty good. Yeah, this brush is a beast. It's huge. Let me dip it a little bit. Yeah. I've seen some of the lathering videos from Busta and from the Evangelist, and you guys crack me up, but I'm learning a lot from you guys. So please keep posting. I'll keep reading. Hopefully keep learning. By the way, Mr. Bailey, I'm a Mountaineers fan as well. They had a pretty good showing against Alabama. Wasn't as bad as anybody thought it would be, right? I visited Morgantown a few years back. Pretty cool. Had to go see a friend. I know. Who goes from California? I'm in San Diego, by the way. Who goes from California to Morgantown? But it was a good experience. Alright. Feels pretty good. Hopefully it'll help with my, to minimize the bleeding and whatnot. Okay, here goes. Again, I had asked for some opinions on the YouTube shaving page. I'm sorry, the Facebook shaving page about the blade sampler that I got, and I got some good feedback. I think it got removed because it wasn't a video. But again, the administration has a final word. That was rule number 1. I'm sorry, rule number 2. Maybe it was 3. Anyway, so I'm using again the Jagger 89 with a Wilkinson sword blade. All right, it's my first one. Line it up, get my angle, and as far as I know, no pressure whatsoever. Right, guys? I like the audible feedback. That lets me know that obviously that I'm getting the hairs. I'm kind of worried about going down my chin, because right now this is, I'm sure, the easiest part. I know a lot of you guys said make sure, oh, I felt a nick. Make sure you maintain the angle and the pressure, i.e. no pressure. So I'm going to try and go. And as far as the grains of my hair, it actually varies. I tend to go in a few different directions down on my neck, down in this area here. This is where I get sensitive to. The rest of my face isn't that sensitive, but down here I get pretty sensitive. So I'm kind of worried about how that's going to turn out, but we'll see. I think I got into the habit with my cartridge shaves of trying to shave fast, and I know that trying to shave fast with one of these will definitely work against me, to say the least. But I'm still kind of going, I'm actually down here going against the grain a little bit, but I'm maintaining almost zero pressure, so it seems to be working out okay. So let me try the other side. Okay. Again, I like the audio feedback. I mean, audio meaning, of course, that I can hear the blade cutting the hair. I tried to explain this whole process to my girlfriend. She stopped listening within about 30 seconds. It's one of those things that chicks just don't understand, I guess. And I've enjoyed reading everybody's reviews and thoughts on, you know, different products and mainly the soaps. Feels pretty good. Feels pretty good. But again, I've enjoyed looking at different things online. I've ordered from Royal Shave. This is where I got my razor and my Edwin Jagger sampler of blades and soap. You guys are hogging up all the Synergy soaps. They seem to be going pretty quickly. I guess that's the power of the YouTube review. And the ones that I seem to be more anxious to buy from are, I'd love to get a hold of some Tiki, some Synergy. I love this Bearcern, man, so far. The smell is great. Katie's Bubbles seems to be pretty popular. But again, I'm noticing that everything comes down to personal preference and what works for whomever. I appreciate Mr. Bailey and everybody else saying that, you know, they're not experts, that what they're saying is what works for them. But yet your opinions obviously matter, because you guys are getting great followings, and you know, the products that you're, I don't want to say endorsing necessarily, but the products you're talking about and talking positively about are running out really fast. So I'm sure the vendors appreciate that. I'm noticing right here the soap kind of dried out a little bit. I don't know if that's normal, or should I just maybe need to apply some more. And again, guys, I'm sorry if I ramble, and I appreciate those of you who are still watching. I know guys were saying that these Jaggers are pretty mild, and I know I appreciate that. I had a question though. I mean, aggressive versus mild. I mean, if the ultimate goal is to get all this junk off your face and neck, really, I mean, I don't know what's the difference, I guess, but I don't know, maybe aggressive gets you a quicker shave, or what. So alright, that was my first pass. I still feel a little bit of roughness here, but that's all against the grain. I'll try and get that on the second pass. And here it goes. Let me lather up for the second one. You guys don't have to watch this, so I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back, lathered up for the second pass, and seems to be the rule of thumb is side grains, I guess you can call it. Yeah, there's still a lot of audible feedback going on. Seems to me that this might be the time I would most likely nick myself or cut myself, because the angle is just kind of hard to maintain when you, I don't know, when it's going to the side like this. So I'm actually going to go this way, because this is against the grain on my neck. Again, I had been using these cartridges with 5 blades and the sensors. And by the way, Gillette, why is it that on YouTube, when I'm looking at shave videos, the very first ad you have on the side is some guy holding a razor next to his junk? I don't need to see that. Anybody else see that? Does it bother anybody else like it bothers me? I don't know. They gotta make their money too, I guess. Anyway, like I said, I was using the 5-blade fusion blades, actually, not sensor, but fusions. And even in a place like Walmart or Target, I was paying $16 for 4. So again, anybody, if you're into the cartridge shaving thing, the Dollar Shave Club's still pretty cool. And I've actually recommended it to a lot of friends. So we'll see. I don't know. And for post shave, I got, like I said, a RazoRock alum stick. And again, shout to Mr. Bailey. It was his review that, I'm sorry, his thoughts. I know he doesn't do reviews. It was his thoughts that kind of convinced me to get that. So again, I'm taking very much to heart the opinions of my shaving brethren. Again, guys, thank you for your patience, and if you're still watching, thank you. Maybe you should go get a job. Just kidding. Anyway, I'm out here in San Diego. Like I said, anybody close by, give me a shout. Maybe we can get together or something. Wow, I'm impressed. Oh, a little bit around here, my Adam's apple. And get a little bit of more cream here. Alright, I got a couple little rough spots here, but I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go now. But thank you for watching. Again, any critique, I'm very lucky. I feel a little bit of burn going on, but I'll take care of that here in a sec. But again, I appreciate all your guys' input, all your guys' advice, all your videos that you guys are putting up. I look forward to learning more from you guys, being a part of this little world, and hopefully one of these days we'll be able to chat a little bit more. Alright, thank you. Nice to meet everybody. Have a good day. Have a good shave, Mr. Bailey. Bye.